Hi, I'm Hazel. It's Saturday today, which makes it time to sit down and catch up on the WoW news of the week, what I have been up to, and answer some of your questions. This week, Blizzard has dropped an official release date for the next update to Dragonflight. Patch 10.0.5 is going to be coming January the 24th for North America and January the 25th for EU. That is not this upcoming weekly reset, but the one following it. Blizzard has also confirmed to Wowhead that the Inspiration Catalyst is going to be opening that same week, allowing you to craft set pieces out of extra armor that you might have had from Mythic Plus and Raid. It is important to note that you will not be able to catalyze set pieces out of crafted gear, but Raid BOEs or extra vault loot or conquest pieces should work as well. It's just like we had it in the last patch of Shadowlands, and if you are somebody who is 3 of 4 pieces or 1 of 2 pieces or otherwise really struggling to get a tier set bonus online, that is going to be welcome indeed. This week we learned a little bit more about 10.05 from some updated patch notes. There are some notable additions this week. We are now finding out that old starter gear will be available on vendors. So not the stuff that you get currently for starting a new character, but the stuff that went away when they brought in the current stuff. That is now going to be available again on vendors in Stormwind and Orgrimmar, and with white and gray items becoming moggable in 10.05, this is going to open up some very nostalgic transmogs for people. In 10.05, Alliance players can buy these pieces in Stormwind. There's a couple of vendors inside the Lionheart Armory in the Trade District for cloth, leather, and mail armor, with plate armor coming from Potts Plates in the Dwarven District. And then Horde players can get it in Orgrimmar. Megar's cloth goods and the Kodo Hide leather workers in the Drag will have the cloth and leather armor, and then the mail and plate can be got at Neros' Armory in the Valley of Strength. Other 10.05 stuff, there's a change that has hit the PTR, which limits public work orders to 4 down from 20. That should refresh daily, but the idea behind capping publicly doable work orders at 4, not the ones that you commission, but the ones that you fill. The idea there is probably to give crafters a better chance at finding orders to fill. I know that at least on my server, there is almost never anything to craft, and I'm quite lucky if I manage to snag like 1 or 2 crafts in a whole week, let alone 4 per day. And I wouldn't be surprised if I was not the only person in that boat. So my guess is that most people aren't really going to be limited by that cap of 4 because it was quite tough to get to 4 anyways. Relative to what they were doing, with only a couple of outliers being brought in so that there's more work orders for more people. If you're a crafter, though, do not despair, because this may also incentivize people to offer bigger commissions, because if the best crafters have to be much pickier and choosier about which work orders they're filling in a given day, then the only way to really get their attention is going to be briberies. So this may work out to be more profitable if the commission game gets spicy. Something else on the way in patch 10.05 is the Traders Post, and Blizzard has announced that as a special thank you gift, they are giving 500 bonus Trader Tender to players with Dragonflight or players who add Dragonflight to their account. That is a once per account bonus and should help you afford whatever your heart desires, at least in the first batch of goods. From the looks of things, Trader Tender is going to be pretty easy to get, but also time-gated, so you will not be able to afford everything in a given month, but this is a nice little bonus just for people that have Dragonflight. Other things from the 10.05 PTR, they've added in the Storm's Fury event and then given a couple of rewards to it. There's a little pet that you can earn, and then there's a mount reward called the Skyskin Hornstrider. Looks like this. This is a new kind of elemental invasion type event that's going to be taking place in the Primalist future that has like some daily quests and some outdoor things to do. So if you've been running out of things to keep busy with, then that's coming in 10.05, just a week and a half away. And then as far as what I've been up to this week, I have been progressing in Raid. We are now 7 of 8 heroic. We killed heroic Diurna last week by the skin of our teeth. We had like 4 1% whites before we finally killed her. It was one of those raid nights that just really takes it out of you. But she is dead now. We did not pull heroic Razageth, and after heroic Diurna, I'm a little bit afraid to. But it's been a super satisfying raid to progress through, and I am still working on a Razageth guide. I know it's late, I'm very sorry, I am still working on that. Also in Live WoW this week, on the recommendation of viewers in my stream, I got myself set up with CraftSim to try to see which things are profitable for me. It's an add-on that takes price data from either Tradeskillmaster Master or Auctionator, and then does some fancy math to try to figure out whether, on average, you're going to be profitable making something, and if so, by how much, you know, like taking into account resourcefulness and multi-craft and a bunch of mathy stuff, basically. As it turns out, most of the time, the answer to what can I profitably craft is nothing. But every now and then, I start making 5 gold a muffin, making blubbery muffins so that people can turn into Tuskar, so there's that. And questions from this week, Daniel wants to know, do you still play Hearthstone? And if so, would you ever make new Hearthstone videos? Oh man, I haven't made a Hearthstone video on YouTube in a hot minute. I have been playing Hearthstone Battlegrounds off and on over the last couple of years, basically since they've added it. I like Hearthstone Battlegrounds an awful lot. I'm not like a super good player, and I kind of revel in making poor choices in that game. It's fun to play because you get to do whatever you want, and the worst thing that can happen is you lose. I like BGs. I go through cycles where I start playing too much of it, and then I have to uninstall it, and then some time goes by, and then I'm like, what's new in Battlegrounds? And it starts all over again. I wouldn't say never to Hearthstone videos, but I'd say that WoW is where my main focus is for now. And then VanCan asks, do you think Blizzard will extend the drakthyr race to other classes in the future? Furthermore, do you think they will allow other races to be evoker? So my guess, because I don't know anything, what I'm thinking is that evokers are going to be drakthyr only because their class is so tied up in being a dragon. And as much fun as it is to play evoker while using the blubbery muffin to look like a Tuskar, it's a little bit ridiculous when you're not a dragon to be, doing strafing runs and breathing on people and stuff. So I think that evokers are kind of stuck as drakthyr. However, I could see a world where they add other classes to drakthyr, where they add the ability for people to be drakthyr warriors or drakthyr priests or drakthyr rogues. It would be a little bit strange to play a drakthyr that cannot deep breath or fire breath or what have you, but they'd still be able to wing buff it and tail sweep, and that would make all the people that really badly want drakthyr to have a tanky or a plate spec or just a melee spec happy just by giving them warriors. So I could kind of see it, probably not during Dragonflight, maybe never, but I think that's the most likely scenario of the options. And then Braden Combe asks, even though you don't follow the lore and story, who is your favorite WoW character and why? Even if you only like them for their looks. So, thought about it. I'm giving it to Kelsey Steelspark. Look at her. She's prepared and she likes to read. I liked her as a quest giver in Gadgetzan. She had some funny dialogue opposite Meg's Dread Shredder in some Gadgetzan quests ages and ages ago, and she's been around otherwise in a surprising amount of places. I appreciate her attitude, I like her style, and I choose Kelsey Steelspark as my favorite WoW character. And that has been the week. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments. Include the word question to help me find them. Thanks so much. Stop by a stream sometime if you like, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.